OER, at its base core is openly licensed educational resources. We tend to say open education resources, but that openly licensed piece matters. While they're free resources, they're resources that you can change, you can use, you can share, you can put together in unique ways. But they're not necessarily all free resources are OER, and I think that's an important distinction that we need to understand. Khan Academy, great resource, but they're not necessarily OER. In most cases, are not. The great thing about OER, as opposed to something like a Khan Academy, is that you can take them and you can put together and make a course. Let's say project-based learning is what you're trying to do, and you want to build cornhole boards in the park, and that's what you want your class to do, because you want them to learn about engineering, you want them to learn about civic engagement, you want them to learn about math in general, you want them to learn about finance. You can take OER and you can literally put them in the same repository together, and you can have that. And then next class or next year, when you want to do a different learning exercise, because you've already got the cornhole boards in the park, you want to build a little bridge across the creek in the park, you can just swap out a couple of the things that are in there, but keep the finance, the civic engagement, all that in place, and you can now have a new textbook that does project-based learning for the bridge versus the cornhole boards. One place, easy to access, and very informative and unique to the class, personalized, if you will.
There are multiple facets to the vision, but the biggest one in my mind is equity. The ability for all students, all teachers, regardless of the division or the school setting, that they have access to the same high quality resources. And we want to be able to take the best of Virginia and bring it to all of Virginia's teachers. Because I come from a small town, I grew up in a small town, and my father was a superintendent. So I understand the scarce resources of a small school division, and they don't have a curriculum department. But at this point, with the Go Open movement, we can have a Virginia curriculum project. And that's one of the things I'm most excited about are the textbook initiatives that the OER work group is facilitating. We have the opportunity for every fourth grade history teacher in Virginia to have an open resource that's been facilitated at a state level. And that is a game changer. We have not been able to do that before. We've had state adoptions, but the resources had to be utilized at the local level. Now we're going to have free, high quality opportunities for students to learn regardless of where they live or their income level or the resource development of that school division.
The great thing about OER is that it enables us to really expose teachers to a wide variety of resources that are out there. Folks that have really tried to make malleable, relevant, tangible resources that teachers can use to have this technology really leverage those experiences for students to not only do exciting things in their own classrooms, but to partner with other classrooms across the globe.
We want to really publicize and let people know what it really is. I think the biggest question is, what is OER? People hear that term a lot, but they don't know what it is. They don't know that it's actually there to help them, and it's not something difficult. It's not something that is going to add to their workload, but it's actually going to make it easier. It's going to reduce our paper. It's going to reduce the amount of money that we're spending on those things, and allow students to do more creation, and allow our students to actually just develop and have more investment and be an advocate for their own learning.